Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for your Monday afternoon Chelsea news video. I'm sorry that I've not spoken to you guys at all over the weekend. Don't know if you can see what's on my nose right there. I won't go into it, but I had a bit of an ordeal this weekend. I'm not going to lie to you, but we're good. We're alive. We're healthy. We're kicking. And it is, of course, the final week of the transfer window. So there's a lot of business expected with Chelsea, whether that is going to be incoming transfers or outgoing transfers. We're going to go through all of the latest today, give my thoughts a little bit off the back of yet another Premier League weekend. Chelsea started on Friday night with a 5-1 win, emphatic away result at West Ham United. Brilliant result, and of course, we were wearing that brilliant, beautiful new third kit. And if you guys want to get that kit or any of the kits this season, or just anything from the Megastore in general, check the QR code on the screen. There's links in the description of every video, and GBFC10 is your discount code for the Chelsea online Megastore. But without any further ado, let's go in to the latest here regarding Chukwuemeka, who has landed in Dortmund and will undergo the medical check with Dortmund today. Aaron Anselmino was not yet on the flight, as there are still some details to clarify. If everything goes well, the centre-back will join today as well. So, that is two players that Chelsea probably didn't expect to have in the squad this season. Chukwuemeka, we know there's always been the chance and probably the likelihood, probability that he's going to go on a permanent deal away from Chelsea this summer. And Aaron Anselmino going on loan. I do think that this is an interesting one considering the injury that we had to Colwill. Mamadou Sarr, by the way, and I'm going to say this season we're going to do a lot of updates on what happens at Strasbourg. Sarr is looking amazing at Strasbourg on loan. He was the captain at the weekend. They won 1-0, kept a clean sheet. And Kendry Páez going forward on the right wing was looking excellent as well. So very good starts for those players that have been loaned. For Anselmino, he's kind of been there around the squad since January. But a loan move to Dortmund, if he gets game time there, if he gets minutes, then this could be a very good move indeed for Chelsea. So, this week is obviously the question, will Chelsea sign Xavi Simons? There is no update on this story right now. This is the latest here. Chelsea now have 7 days to get the Xavi Simons deal over the line. And Football London was told over the weekend by an insider close to negotiations that there remains a confidence this one will eventually get done. This saga has been dragging on and on and on, and it has always been related and relative to Christopher Nkunku leaving Chelsea. Over the course of the weekend, Aston Villa became interested in Christopher Nkunku, having realised that they probably won't be able to afford to sign Nicholas Jackson this summer. Nicholas Jackson is still preferring to have a move to go to Newcastle United, but again, Newcastle have asked Chelsea to lower their price for Nicholas Jackson. Newcastle don't want to pay the kind of money that Chelsea have been asking for all summer for Jackson. Now, I kind of feel for both Nkunku and Jackson here, because I don't think it's been about there not being clubs that actually want to sign the two of them. I think there's definitely suitors for both Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson, but it's the prices. And look, at this point in time, right, Chelsea, you either want to get these Xavi Simons and Garnacho deals over the line, or Maresca's going to have to try and integrate both Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson back into the team. Because there's no benefit to Chelsea if we don't get sales for both Nkunku and Jackson over the line, whether that is loans with options, loans with obligations. There is absolutely no benefit of both of those two players staying at the club, having basically been frozen out ever since the Club World Cup. I think for Jackson, that red card against Flamengo might well have been the final straw for the football club, but let's see what happens. And when it comes to Garnacho and Xavi Simons, we're hearing Fabrizio Romano say he's pretty much 100% convinced it will be a here we go this week. As for Xavi Simons, the terms that we're hearing, it's like optimistic now as opposed to confident. So let's see what happens regarding Nkunku and also Nicholas Jackson. So, Piero Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen. He was reportedly seen crying after Bayer Leverkusen's defeat at the weekend, implying that he was going to leave. And Tottenham Hotspur were in the race to sign Piero Hincapié. And then again, Arsenal have come in, swooped in, and Arsenal are looking like they are going to sign Piero Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen, who was a name that was reported potentially as an option for Chelsea if we sign a replacement for Levi Colwill. I think with Sarr going on loan, Anselmino going on loan, Chelsea might not necessarily have the most options in this centre-back position. But what we saw from Trev the other night, I thought he was excellent. I thought it was a great performance from him. I think Tosin came back into the team and looked good. So I think moving forward, it will be between Josh Achampong, Trevor Chalobah and Tosin as to who takes up those positions. Piero Hincapié now looking as though he could be on the way to Arsenal. So there is another piece of news here regarding Chelsea and a centre-back. Bournemouth are now in advanced talks to sign Axel Disasi as official. Direct contact with Chelsea has been made. Club negotiations on final formula, but Disasi clear top target for Bournemouth and discussions underway. Bournemouth confident to make it happen. So, Disasi's another player that we know Chelsea have been looking to offload this summer. We're getting to that point in the season now, and obviously with the UEFA rulings that came out where Chelsea had to sell enough players, enough money to be able to bring the Simons and Garnacho deals in, and a lot of the players that we've already sold, such as your Joao Felix's, aren't going to count towards that actual quota. So Axel Disasi going again, we're getting a lot of players here off the wage bill, but there are still so many names that Chelsea are looking to offload that we're not seeing anything concrete for. Over the weekend, we were hearing that Raheem Sterling was offered to West Ham, Fulham for around 20 million quid. I don't think anyone's going to pay it. Honestly, at this point, right, with Sterling's wages, Chelsea are just going to have to take the hit here. I think it's going to have to be a ridiculously low fee. But even then, does anyone actually want to buy Raheem Sterling and Ben Chilwell? The wages are massive, and that's going to be a big sticking point in terms of Chelsea getting these players out of the door and moving on. So at the moment, Disasi to Bournemouth, this would be a great deal. I think Bournemouth obviously have been ransacked when it comes to the defenders that they had. Dean Howson going to Real Madrid, Zabani going to PSG, and Axel Disasi, there were signs and glimpses, right, at Aston Villa. But even when Chelsea have had this like mini start of the season defensive crisis, Colwill out for the year, Tosin missing the opening day, there's been no sign that Disasi was ever going to be potentially reintegrated to this Chelsea team. So Renato Vega to Villarreal, that deal got done over the weekend. Villarreal started their season brilliantly. 5-0 win against Girona yesterday, so good luck to Renato Vega there. But Piero Hincapié is a name that Chelsea reportedly linked with. Bild were talking about it a couple of days ago. Spurs went in, but now Arsenal have gone in, and it looks as though Arsenal are hijacking him. And maybe Arsenal don't need him, but they're just enjoying at the moment getting the better of Tottenham in the transfer market. So, what we are expecting to see over the course of the next couple of days, hopefully for Chelsea, we actually get something concrete for Christopher Nkunku. We've had so much talk, haven't we, about Bayern interest and having RB Leipzig interested. There's still a lot of talk about Tyreek George, what's going to happen with him. Chelsea have been trying to include some players with a Man United deal, or Man United have wanted Chelsea players, and Chelsea players don't want to go to Manchester United, which after what we saw yesterday, just would not be a surprise in the slightest. So, what do I actually think is going to happen here? This is the Monday video. I know it's been a little bit of a all over the place video. I think we are going to see, I don't know if we're going to get this Xavi Simons deal done. My confidence in the actual eventuality of what's going to happen is pretty low at this point. We're leaving it very late. And I think with Xavi Simons, he obviously played for Leipzig the other day against Bayern. Bayern Munich absolutely destroyed them. I think it was 6-0. That game was happening around the same time that Chelsea were playing West Ham on Friday night. Didn't have the greatest of games. We're not going to read into it too much. But with Cole Palmer being out injured, I think it does make the Xavi Simons deal, even for right now, just seem like more of a necessity for Chelsea to get this done. We've got Fulham at home at the weekend, who got a good result against United yesterday, a draw. Maybe they could have won, maybe they should have won. United looking poor, but it's a good start to the season for Chelsea, considering we had Cole Palmer go out injured, Esteval coming in, looking good on his debut. I thought Liam Delap's movement was really important for Chelsea. Joao Pedro goal and 2 assists as well. Things are looking good. But if we can get these players out of the door and we get a few of them permanently moved on, if we do get Simons and Garnacho, I think Maresca will be absolutely delighted with where his squad is this season. So, if there is any more updates later on today, I will upload the second Chelsea news video, but I wanted to get this one out for you at lunchtime, just to kind of look at where we're at right now. Chukwuemeka's off to Borussia Dortmund. Disasi in advanced talks to go to Bournemouth. Still waiting on Simons, still waiting on Garnacho, and they are both dependent on Nkunku and Jackson. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please do subscribe to GBFC if you haven't already done so, and I'll catch you guys in the next video later. Come on, you Blues.